Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more details videos. Eala vows to come back stronger after early exit in French Open women's singles. Filipina tennis ace Eala vowed to come back stronger after her early exit in the 2025 French Open women's singles tournament. Eala fell to Colombia's Emiliana Arango in the first round of the tourney last Sunday. First Grand Slam main draw in the books. Back to the drawing board for now, but will come back stronger next time, she wrote in a social media post on Tuesday, Philippine time. Eala, however, will still compete in the doubles tournament, which will commence tonight at 9:00 p.m. She paired with Renata Zarazwal of Mexico, and they will face the duo of United Kingdom's Emily Appleton and Spain's Yvonne Cavallé-Reimers in the first round. Clay, cracks, and comebacks. Eala's Paris promise. The clay of Roland Garros is unforgiving. It stains your socks red, slows your shots, and exposes every weakness you thought you had hidden behind a strong forehand or an ace. For Eala, it felt like the red dust had become part of her skin, and this time, it clung a little too tightly. She walked off court 6, racket hanging from her fingers, face flushed not from fatigue, but from the sting of disappointment. A straight sets loss in the first round of the French Open women's singles. Not the script she had written in her mind. Not the encore she had imagined after a season of hard-earned wins, long training camps in Europe, and the emotional roller coaster of balancing school, family, and the weight of a nation's expectations. The headlines were swift. Young Filipina out early in Paris. Eala falters on clay. Future bright, but today dim. She read none of them, but she didn't have to. In the locker room, silence was thick. Her coach sat beside her, not saying a word. He knew better. Sometimes, silence was the most generous thing you could offer a young player with dreams bigger than a tennis court. After several minutes, Alex finally spoke. I felt slow, not physically, just like I wasn't ahead of the point, like I was reacting instead of creating. Her coach nodded carefully. That's clay. It humbles. Even the greats have tasted it. She looked up, eyes glassy, but not broken. I don't want to be great someday. I want to be great now. The loss echoed. For the next few days, she stayed in Paris. Not for sightseeing or croissants, but to hit. To train, while others packed their bags and flew off to the grass courts of Birmingham or prepped for Wimbledon. Alex stayed with her team, returning to those red courts that had betrayed her or perhaps revealed her. Each morning, she ran drills, forehands, drop shots, deep backhands into the corners, and with every ball she struck, she whispered promises to herself. Next time, I'm not losing to this surface. Next time, I dictate. Next time, I fight earlier, not just in the last game. A week later, on a walk near the scene, a local coach recognized her. Eala, he asked, heavily accented. You stay after loss? She nodded. He smiled. That's the champion move. Lose, but stay. That is how Nadal built his bones here. She laughed, caught off guard. Maybe someday I'll have my statue too. The coach shrugged. Why not? The clay remembers who works. Back home in the Philippines, the headlines softened, so did the social media chatter. Instead of criticism, there were messages. We're still proud of you, Alex. Losses are just lessons. Come back stronger. We believe in you. They warmed her heart, but also fueled her focus. She didn't want people to simply believe in her. She wanted to deliver for them, for her country, for herself. 3 weeks later, at a challenger event in Madrid, she was a different player. Sharper, quicker, bolder. Every drop shot was a declaration. Every serve wide was strategy, not safety. By the finals, even the commentators took notice. She's not just reacting anymore, one remarked. She's riding the point. She's controlling the tempo. And when she lifted the trophy, a modest one, not as grand as Roland Garros, it felt heavier than it looked. Because it wasn't just about the win. It was about the return. The rebound. The refusal to be defined by one bad day in Paris. In a press conference later that evening, a reporter asked, Was this your response to the French Open exit? Alex smiled. It wasn't about responding. It was about evolving. Pause. I've learned that you don't measure a career by one loss. You measure it by what you do after, and I promised myself after Paris that I'd come back stronger. So, this is just the beginning of that promise. She returned to Manila briefly before heading out again, training camps, mental conditioning, even sports psychology sessions. She wasn't chasing perfection, but she was chasing a stronger version of herself. In a conversation with her younger brother, who often teased her after matches, she said something that stuck with him for weeks. "You don't lose when you fall. You lose when you stay down." Paris. 1 year later. Back at Roland Garros, the draw felt familiar. Another tough opponent. Another packed court. But this time, there was something different in the air. Not in the clay, not in the crowd, but in Alex herself. When she stepped onto the court, it wasn't just with a racket. It was with a year's worth of fire, forged from loss, shaped by sweat, and sharpened by belief. She won the first round in straight sets. And as she walked off the court, head held high, red clay staining her shoes again, a reporter yelled from the sidelines, "Alex, what's changed this year?" She turned, smiled, and answered, "I kept my promise." Alex Eala, the 19-year-old Filipino tennis sensation, experienced an early exit in the 2025 French Open women's singles, falling to Colombia's Emiliana Arango in the first round. Despite the setback, Eala remains optimistic and determined to return stronger. She expressed her commitment to learning from the experience and continuing her growth as a player. Earlier this year, Eala achieved a significant milestone by defeating world number 2 Iga Swiatek in the quarterfinals of the Miami Open, marking her first WTA semifinal appearance. This victory also propelled her into the top 100 of the WTA rankings, making her the first Filipina to achieve this feat. Reuters. Looking ahead, Eala is set to compete in the doubles event at the French Open, where she will partner with fellow Filipino player Julia Riera. Their participation in the doubles draw offers Eala another opportunity to showcase her skills on the international stage. Rappler. Eala's resilience and determination continue to inspire fans and fellow athletes alike as she strives to make her mark in the world of professional tennis.